Okay, we're going to finish day 9 here. So this is day 9 B, Unit 7, day 9 B. We're going to do some condensing. So yesterday we expanded. We took a short expression and we wrote it a whole lot longer than it was originally. Now we're going to go back the other direction and put it back together. So the big thing here, make sure the bases match. So here log base 3, they both have log base 3. And it's addition. So if you remember, addition and multiplication go together. So this would, if I want to condense this, 1 log base 3 and then write them as a multiplication, x times y. Here, if it's subtraction, again, the bases match, so that's natural log, and then a divided by b. Okay. This one here, they both have a 9, so I can go log base 9. And before we combine them, I got c divided by, but this, I need to put this 3 up here first, so it'd be d cubed on bottom. So it'd be log base 9 of c divided by d cubed. This one here, put the exponents out on top here, so this would be the 5th, this would be the 3rd. They're both log base 7. So log base 7 of n to the 5th divided by n to the 3rd, and that I can simplify because they're both n's, n to the 5th, n to the 3rd. So log base 7 of n squared, and having it up in the argument like this, that's considered condensed. The exponent, if I pull it out front, that's considered expanded. It's really not changing it much, but that's just the notation for it. If the 2's out front, it's expanded. If the 2's up here and it's squared in the argument, that's condensed. So this guy here, p, take that to the up here to the power, so it'd be a natural log of f to the p power. Both log base 5s, put this 5 up here, so x to the 5th, so it'd be log base 5, and then I got x to the 5th times y, because that plus means times, so x to the 5th y. This one here, the 1/2 out front, I could put it up here as a 1/2 power. Well, that's the same thing as square rooting, so it'd be log base 4, and this would be the square root of h divided by, minus means divided by k. Here I've got a 3, and then I'll put the 6 here. Now this is multiplication. That means x is being multiplied by y, but then there's subtraction, so you're going to divide by z on bottom. So and they're all log base 2, and that makes it possible. If any of these were different, I couldn't do this. But I got x cubed on top, and y, because it's multiplication, minus means divided by z to the 6th. Okay. This one here, now be careful, we had a lot of letters up here, so nothing could happen. We couldn't simplify it, but here I've got all numbers, so I might be able to do some simplifying. So these are both log base 4, and then it'd be 64 divided by 16. Well, 64 divided by 16 is 4, and now this is saying 4 to what power equals 4, and so that would equal 1. So I could actually get down to a single number on this one. Okay, next one. Put the 3 up here, put the 3 up here. They're all log base 2. So log base 2, that'd be 2 to the 3rd, which you can simplify as 8 if you want. Plus means I'm going to multiply by this one, so 4 to the 3rd. Minus means divide by 4. So a couple things you do here. If you have 4 to the 3rd divided by 4, that's really just going to be 4 squared now. But this would be 8. So 8 times 16 is 128. So log base 2 of 128. And then it's saying 2 to what power equals 128. So if you start multiplying 2 times 2 times 2 and just keep doing it until you get 128, it takes 7 tries. So you'll get to 7. So that's good on your calculator, just multiply 2 times 2 times 2, enter, times 2, enter, just keep doing that to get 128. That's probably the most basic way of finding it. Here the bases match, they're both 10. So this is the common log, and it'd be 100 divided by 10, because the minus means divide, and that would equal the common log of 10. Well, what is a common log of 10? So this is saying the base raised to what power equals 10? Well, the base is 10. So 10 to what power equals 10? That's a 1. And then this guy here, log base, they're both b, so log base b of, and then the 3, I'm going to pull that 3 up there, so it'll be 8 divided by 2 to the third. Well, that's the same thing as 8 divided by 8, so log base b of 1. You might think, well, since it's a variable, I can't do anything with this. But it actually doesn't matter what b is, because any base to a power equal to a certain power equals 1, and that power is 0. So it doesn't matter what the base is. If the argument's 1, the answer is 0. So log base 10,000 of 1, 0. Now there is one base that has 2 different answers. It could be a 2 different answer if b was 1. Now 1 to the 0 power is 1, but also 1 to the first power is 1. Any other base, so no matter what b is, if I put a 0 here, I've got it covered, but that's the answer. So hopefully this helps. Again, this is unit 7, day 9b. This was the second part. Whoops, I was writing it off the screen here. So this is day B or 9b. So go to Math Excel and look for day 9b and do some of those condensing problems.